You're probably familiar with buzzwords like synergy and disruption, but did you know they originated from ancient Greek and have been used to manipulate people for centuries? These buzzwords have been hijacked by business leaders to create a sense of urgency and exclusivity, making people feel like they're missing out on something revolutionary. Imagine a group of entrepreneurs using words like paradigm shift and game changer to describe a new product or service, making it sound like a miracle cure for all life's problems. But what's the real story behind these buzzwords? Have you ever stopped to think about the origins of terms like disruptive innovation and synergy? For centuries, Greek philosophers like Aristotle and Plato used these words to describe complex concepts and ideas. Fast forward to the present day, and you'll find business leaders using the same buzzwords to describe their products and services. The term disruption originated from the Greek word dysrepsia, which means a sudden change or upset. When applied to business, it means creating a new product or service that upsets the status quo and creates a new market. But the term has been hijacked by entrepreneurs who use it to describe anything that's new or trendy. In reality, true disruption requires a fundamental shift in how people think and behave. Synergy, on the other hand, is a term that originated from the Greek word synergos, which means working together. Synergy can be nothing more than a hollow promise of collaboration and cooperation. Synergy refers to the idea that two or more companies can work together to create something greater than the sum of its parts.
However, when used as a buzzword, synergy can be nothing more than a hollow promise of collaboration and cooperation.
The term paradigm shift originated from the work of Thomas Kuhn, who described it as a fundamental change in how people think about the world. In business, a paradigm shift might refer to a new way of thinking about a particular industry or market. But when used as a buzzword, paradigm shift can be nothing more than a marketing gimmick to create excitement and hype. So, the next time you hear a business leader use one of these buzzwords, remember the real story behind the term. And don't be fooled by empty promises of disruption and synergy. True innovation and collaboration require a deep understanding of the complexities involved. So, what can we do to cut through the noise and get to the heart of the matter? First, we need to be aware of our own biases and assumptions. Second, we need to listen to people who have a different perspective on things. Third, we need to be willing to challenge our own thinking and assumptions. By doing so, we can create a more nuanced understanding of the world and avoid getting caught up in the hype of buzzwords. But what about the people who create these buzzwords? Do they have a hidden agenda, or are they simply trying to sound smart? It's hard to say, but what's certain is that the use of buzzwords has become a major problem in business. It creates a sense of uncertainty and confusion, making it difficult for people to make informed decisions. So, how can we address this issue? One way is to create a set of guidelines or standards for the use of buzzwords in business. This could include defining what each term means and how it should be used. Another way is to encourage business leaders to use more nuanced and accurate language. This might require a shift in how we think about communication and marketing, but the benefits of using more accurate language far outweigh the costs. For one thing, it would help to build trust and credibility with our customers and stakeholders. For another, it would help to create a more authentic and transparent culture within our organizations. So, what can you do to cut through the noise and start using more accurate language in your own business? First, take a close look at the language you're using and ask yourself if it's accurate and clear. Second, challenge yourself to use more nuanced and specific language to describe complex concepts. Third, seek out feedback from others and be open to constructive criticism. By doing so, you can create a more authentic and transparent culture within your organization. And remember, the next time you hear someone use a buzzword, ask yourself if it's just a marketing gimmick or something more. Only then can you truly understand what's being said and make informed decisions. The key to cutting through the noise is to be aware of our own biases and assumptions. It's also important to listen to people who have a different perspective on things. And finally, be willing to challenge our own thinking and assumptions. By doing so, we can create a more nuanced understanding of the world and avoid getting caught up in the hype of buzzwords. In conclusion, buzzwords have been hijacked by business leaders to create a sense of urgency and exclusivity. However, the real story behind these terms is often lost in the noise. To cut through the noise and get to the heart of the matter, we need to be aware of our own biases and assumptions. We need to listen to people who have a different perspective on things, and we need to be willing to challenge our own thinking and assumptions. By doing so, we can create a more nuanced understanding of the world and avoid getting caught up in the hype of buzzwords. If you found this fascinating, subscribe for more incredible stories like this. And don't forget to like and comment below to let us know what you think. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.